let's be honest, Scooby-Doo is one of the most easiest concepts to do justice. And somehow this film almost fails in all aspects. So let's talk about Scoob. I wouldn't say I'm a huge Scooby-Doo fan, but I'm a pretty big fan of Scooby-Doo. I read some of the comic books. I've watched almost all of the animated films. I've watched most of the cartoons. So yeah, I guess you could say I'm a huge Scooby-Doo fan. So I was looking forward to this, and not a fan of this movie. But, alright. Scoob, it's a cute movie. It's perfectly fine for kids. It has some grown-up humor that I'm sure some people like. And that's fine. Let's just get the biggest gripe out of the way. You don't make a Scooby-Doo movie and you split up the gang for 70% of the movie. I disagree, especially when it's kind of the first movie in what was supposed to be a Hanna-Barbera cinematic universe. This isn't the type of film to start your cinematic universe. I'll get into it now. Basically, the film starts with a young Scooby and a young Shaggy, and it just shows how their relationship or their friendship started and how Shaggy adopted Scooby and all that. And then it does a little skippy skip forward of them as, I want to say, late teenagers maybe. The gang wants to basically do bigger hauntings, do bigger investigations, and they don't have the cash for it, so they get a sponsor, and the sponsor's like, yo, y'all are great, but Shaggy and Scooby, they kind of suck. And Shaggy and Scooby break apart from the team because they feel that they deserve to be there, and they get abducted by Blue Falcon, who in this world is a superhero, and basically they learn that Blue Falcon needs Scooby and Shaggy to help stop what's coming. And then the gang, who is Fred, Daphne, and Velma, are off to try to find Scooby and Shaggy for 70% of the movie, while Scooby and Shaggy help Blue Falcon stop the bad guy. That's the plot. I don't like this movie. I don't like the plot. You don't split up the gang in your first Scooby-Doo movie of your cinematic world. It doesn't make sense. But, yeah, that's my biggest gripe, is that, actually, no. My biggest gripe is the voice acting. It all sounds so dull and lifeless. Because Hollywood actors aren't voice actors. There's a big separation there. A lot of people think not all actors can voice act. This film proves that. Do I like the cast? Yes. Gina Rodriguez, Zac Efron, Amanda Seyfried. I like. But they just don't do a good job. They feel hollow. And the biggest, Shaggy. Matthew Lillard has been voicing Shaggy, I think, since the live action movie, because he's done cartoons and stuff too. And to me, that's Shaggy to me. And Will Forte, I like him as an actor, but he's not Shaggy, man. And it kind of bums me out that, like, none of the original voice cast is back with. I think Scooby might be, but I'm not exactly sure there. When you have these iconic characters that people know their voices, you gotta get the voice cast back. And it was a tough time for me to try to separate that these are new voice actors, because in my brain I just kept thinking, like, these voices aren't right, and they're not. They don't sound good, and it's just, it doesn't feel like it doesn't feel like a Scooby-Doo movie, and I think that's where it falls apart. Between the superhero stuff with Blue Falcon and the gang splitting up super early in the movie. And it just doesn't feel like a Scooby-Doo movie. I wish I had more to say, but I don't. It's just, the plot is bare bones. The villain is not the best. The voice acting feels hollow. Splitting up the gang is a huge problem to me personally. So early on in your cinematic universe, which I doubt is going to happen now. But and this feels like a greatest hits of like Hanna-Barbera characters, because multiple Hanna-Barbera characters appear in this, and it's kind of like, oh, you guys really wanted to make a cinematic world, but it didn't pan out because you're trying to fit so much into this that it just completely backfires. So, Scoob, it's fine for kids. I did chuckle at some scenes. I did find some scenes cute, so it's not a complete train wreck. It's just, to me, not Scooby-Doo, and that's okay. So Scoob is just alright. It's just alright. So feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and thanks for watching.